Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm really excited for Halloween, man. And yesterday, you feel me? I didn't work out. You know what I mean? I didn't box yesterday, you feel me? I ain't gonna lie, y'all, man. I had the one. Have y'all ever had like one of them days, bro? Y'all just feel like y'all just and this is a rare day for me. I ain't gonna lie. Yesterday was a rare day for me. Like I don't have them days. Like that is rarely. I'm gonna keep it real, but bro, I woke up, bro, not caring for nothing. Like nothing in this world I cared about. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Like I didn't care about working out. I didn't care about nothing. Like I was just in the mood. Like I just don't want to do nothing. Like that. It was the mood I was in. You feel me? And sometimes I be in that mood like where I don't want to talk to nobody. Like I be in that mood a lot where I just don't want to talk to nobody. I don't even want to be bothered. It's not even like being like grumpy. It's just I don't want you to talk to me right now. I ain't gonna lie. And there's nothing bad going on in my life. Like I be in a good mood and everything. I just like sometimes I be in that mood where I just don't want to be bothered. I ain't gonna lie. And nothing's wrong with me. I'm not mad. I'm not angry at how life's going. I'm pretty good. I just like I don't care if you like saying anything good. Sometimes I just don't want any human interaction. You feel me? But today was like one of them days where like I didn't want no human interaction and I ain't want to do nothing. Like I didn't do nothing today. I'm gonna keep it a busky with you. Got up, bro, start playing 2K. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, I let myself go today. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I feel like you need them type of days though, I ain't gonna lie, but it's rare. Like literally rare that I have them days. I ain't gonna lie, very rare. But that day was yesterday, bro. But we back on it, man. You know what I'm saying? Back on it today, you feel me? But it's your boy Jay, man. Take it easy. Boy, you end up like bees, and make sure y'all follow my Twitch, subscribe to my second channel. In the description down below, I just uploaded on my second channel as well, so make sure y'all go tune into the second channel. But Halloween, man, I'm looking for scary videos. I tried to watch Sinners. I couldn't watch Sinners, bro. It wasn't like scary or nothing, cause y'all know I watch scary stuff. But give me like a good scary movie. Like I want to know a good scary movie, bro. Like I was thinking about watching Woman in the Yard. I don't know, Halloween's, man, 31st, man. So I'm gonna give me a lot of candy, man. Buy me a lot of candy, bro, and just wild out. You know what I'm saying? And watch scary movies, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wish I was still little, where we had the Monchtober. Man, why do I always talk about this, bro? Like, stop always trying to slide down the memory lane. But y'all, bro, the memory's too good to let go. Too good to let go, y'all, bro. And I mentioned it last video that I dropped, but I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I be going down memory lane, boy, a lot. Like a lot. Like Fall Holidays, man. It's just like I have Disney Plus. So I can relive those memories, but it's nothing like being there. Like this time of the year, y'all, we getting excited when we was little, right? Freaking Monchtober, watching Jesse, Austin, and Allie. You know what I'm saying? Good Luck Charlie. It was, man. It was just, man. It's like I didn't take my childhood for granted. I didn't. It just moved so fast. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it was like in a blink of an eye. It was like, dang, it's like when we was little, we just thought this jump was going to last forever. Like, and it's like, it's going just like that. Like, what a legendary generation, boy. What a legendary generation. I ain't regretting nothing from my childhood, nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, I wish I could get, like, I wish God would just gave us like one replay button in life. Like, I just wish we just got one replay button. No other replay, but just get one more replay button and just let me replay it. You know what I'm saying? What I would, bro. I'd do anything in the world, bro, to restart my life. My life is good right now. Just to get that experience again, I'd do anything in the world, bro. Do anything in the world. No, that's not gonna happen, but man, Monchtober, Fall Holidays, man, crazy.
This happened 2 years ago on Halloween of 2023. I'm a 25-year-old male, but at the time of this story, I was 22. I had a long day of work due to a festival we had where we had parents bring their kids to the center for various activities, such as many different competitive games, a costume contest, trivia for candy, and a kids vs. parents dodgeball game.
I'm gonna keep it real, and it's another thing, bro. I know it's off topic. I know it's a Halloween, but bro, the holiday that I'm ready for is freaking like, bro, I'm ready for dang Thanksgiving, boy. God, keep it a bucksky with you. Ready for Thanksgiving. I'm ready to make a freaking plate, man. Potato salad, some dressing. God, I'm in the mood for that. You know what I'm saying? It's just about the potato salad with the mix it up with the dressing and ham all in your mouth. Good God almighty, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, you only get that once a year, man. We don't eat dressing, bro, only on Thanksgiving. We don't eat dressing on no other day. I haven't had dressing ever since last thing. That's why I've been tasting so scrumptious. You feel me? It tastes so scrumptious and so delicious because we only have it one time a year. But do it get old, boy? You know, we miss it, but just for it to get old fast. I told y'all what I said in my other video. Mama and daddy, oh, you're going to be eating that potato salad for a week straight. Get prepared. In God's will, we make it to Thanksgiving. Get prepared, boy, for that potato salad. Mama, can I want something else to eat, mama. You know, you got potato salad in the refrigerator. Mama, I don't want the potato salad. 2 days ain't bad then. But that boy gonna be eating that potato salad and that dressing for a week straight. That boy not gonna know how no other food tastes. I'm not cooking nothing else until that turkey and the ham gone. That's how my mama used to do me, boy. My dad used to do me, boy. I already knew him. Mama cooking big. Oh, this is for the week. It's not for 1 day. It's not for 2 days. This for a week going on 2. You know what I mean? Mama ain't finna cook no more.
Overall, it was a very
straight
fun
potato
time.
salad, straight
Tiring.
dressing.
For context, I'm a community worker, so doing community events is pretty much what I do on a normal basis. But it's also draining, if that makes sense. Anyway, after it was all done, I went home and was ready to call it a night. About an hour after I got home, it was around 6 something, my little sister called me. My sister, who I'll call Savannah, wanted me to take her and my nephew, who I'll call Jackson, trick-or-treating because neither our parents nor Jackson's parents felt like doing it. And as it usually goes, it fell on me to be the cool big brother to step in and make it happen.
For Charlie Ollie, for
Savannah
Charlie.
was 15 and Jackson was 11. Even though I wasn't feeling it at all, I got up, threw some clothes on, and headed to my parents' house to pick them up. Once I got there, I asked if they were ready, but Savannah was still finalizing her costume. She was dressed up as Raven from Teen Titans. She even had the white makeup on to give that ghostly appearance Raven usually has.
Heck yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I remember I was trick-or-treating in high school with my girlfriend. My first ever girlfriend, y'all, we was trick-or-treating. You know what I'm saying? That was like, we was walking around the whole neighborhood. It was cold outside. It was just trick-or-treating. You know, people ain't looking at us like a fool. We just knocking on the door. I ain't had no costume or nothing. Trick-or-treat. Trick-or-treat. High school, like what, 16 years old? Trick-or-treat, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know what hurt my heart the most? And I don't even like her, y'all. And this is, I don't even like her. But my sister told me, man, that my girlfriend gay now. Not girlfriend, ex-girlfriend gay now. You know, I was her first ever boyfriend. I was her first ever like dude that ever did something with her, bro. You know what I'm saying? So she was overly loved me, bro. Like, wasn't going, it had to go, but bro, it hurt my heart a little bit to say, like, I was finna say her name, like, what? You turned, what? It's crazy. That's how I know she pretended, though. I know she pretended.
Jackson was dressed as Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat.
To hurt my heart a little bit.
Once Savannah was done, we got in the car and were on our way. I took them to a pretty busy neighborhood to make sure they got as much candy as possible. Upon arrival, we started going from house to house. Everyone we ran into was friendly and had plenty of treats to hand out. There was even one house where an older man gave them each a hot dog and a soda. He said every year for Halloween, he doesn't hand out candy. He grills food instead because he'd rather give kids something with protein since it's good for the body. Honestly, we probably need more people like that. We passed a lot of other kids.
hot dog's not good for the body. But anyways.
Some gave compliments to Savannah and Jackson's costumes. I also saw some really cool costumes myself. Everyone in the area seemed to go all out. When we hit the last house for the night, we started walking back to the car. It was about a 10-minute walk since we had gone pretty far down the neighborhood.
Who the frick is that in the middle of the street? Boy, I got good eyes. I told you I got good eyes. I would say, who the frick is that? Boy, I got good eyes, man. I had to point down. I had to look for a minute. Who the frick is that in the middle of the street? I be telling y'all, boy, I know, but God bless me with eyes, boy. Boy, I got eyes, boy. I ain't gonna lie, like, boy, I got some good eyes. I had to pause. I'm like, what the freak, boy? I would have seen that, boy. But who is that in the middle of the street standing like that?
The neighborhood was less active now, and there weren't as many people out and about. That's why I got alarmed when I looked across the street and saw a person dressed in all black, standing in a yard where there were no porch lights on. I'm surprised I even noticed them at all, but I tend to always pay attention to my surroundings.
No cap.
When I looked closer, it seemed like the person was wearing a hooded cloak with an all-black outfit and a mask because I couldn't see their face at all. I honestly couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman. Whoever it was, they appeared to be looking at us. I told Savannah and Jackson to stay close to me and said, "There's a suspicious person across the yard. Look, but don't stare." I said that so they could see who I was talking about without encouraging the person to approach or follow us. Jackson laughed and thought it was just someone trying to scare people walking by. Savannah, though, looked noticeably worried. Now, just to add some context, I was carrying a backpack with a Glock inside.
Okay.
Savannah knew this.
Okay. My guy. There's my guy. Okay, play what you want to. Let the Glock work tonight. Let it work tonight then. Let's bust some heads. There we go. I found my people. F all that rhyme with the, we got the Glock in it. Man, bro, show that thing. Bro, all you gotta do, bro. It's all I do for all you, gang. Put my bag on my, what's the name? And I'll be looking directly at you. I'm not even finna act like I don't see you. I'm gonna let you know I see you, gang. And let you know I ain't worried about nothing. You feel me? I'll put my bag down. Savannah Jackson, stay right up. Put my bag down, bro. I just clock my junk. I just caught my, I ain't gonna even say nothing to you, gang. That's me speaking to you like, without speaking to you. That's me saying like, oh yeah, this ain't for sure. I'll slump you midday, broad day, what's gang them. Slump you right in front of my little sister, my nephew right now. They gonna see a body on their Halloween. They ain't never gonna forget this. This is a real Five Nights at Freddy. Oh, this is a real spooky holiday. They finna see a body drop. They ain't never gonna forget this holiday. This Halloween gonna be for the ages. Uncle, I remember when you slumped the nigga, we was going trick-or-treating. Well, that story finna be told for ages. I'm gonna clock that thing back right there, and I'm gonna, you know, my gun got a little clip on it. Put a little clip, you know, I got a safety on it. Know what I'm saying? Let go. And walk down the street again. Got no worries, bro. Cause for me, bro, I know I'm gonna shoot you, bro. I always say that in my videos, but I be dead set. I be like, bro, I be trying to tell you, I'm not one of them niggas that just be on the YouTube junk talking, bro. That's what's wrong with niggas. Nigga think a nigga always be playing, bro. When I say I would shoot a nigga, bro, I'm not even trying to like act overly tough, bro. I would shoot a nigga. I just be being real, bro. I'm a real nigga. I be trying to tell y'all. You're a YouTuber, Jay. You alright. Alright. Better go try to bother YouTube. Go down, right? You're being real, gang. Don't try me, gang. You ever see me, gang? Don't try me, gang. I'm telling you, that boy will shoot you, gang. I'm just being real with you. You feel me? Would have walked away with no words, cause you know why I'm walking away with no words? Cause I'm gonna shoot you, gang. I know I'm one of them niggas that gonna shoot you, G. You feel me? I know I'm not one of them niggas that just pump fake. I know a nigga like, I'm just showing you, like I'm speaking to you without speaking to you, gang. I'm basically telling you, nigga, I'm gonna pop you, nigga, if you play crazy. You feel me? And I'm not gonna have no conscience. Cause nigga, I ain't going out here just killing people, nigga, but I promise you, I will kill a nigga if you try to kill me, I promise. If you try to harm me, bro, I will, like, do it to you, gang. I ain't finna go out here and just murk nigga, but try to come to me, I promise you, bro. No, like, hollows. No hesitation, gang. I'll walk away from you, bro, with no worries, gang. No worries.
Walking by, Savannah, though, looked noticeably worried. Now, just to add some context, I was carrying a backpack with a Glock inside, and Savannah knew this. so when I told them to stay close, she probably realized I was being serious. Jackson was clueless. He's too young for me to tell him that I carry a real gun. As we were walking away, it looked like that person was still watching us, even though it was hard to tell in the dark. We were getting closer to the car when I suddenly heard heavy footsteps behind us.
Pull out the Glock.
Boots hitting the concrete. I turned around and saw that same person again. Same outfit, all black.
Dang, pull out the
This
Glock.
time, I could see more clearly. They were wearing a tactical vest, tactical boots, and black pants tucked into the boots.
Pull out the
They
Glock.
had on a full spandex mask that completely covered their face. That made the situation way more serious. When you see someone dressed like that, the first thing that comes to mind is that they're armed. He's following us, I thought. I whispered to Savannah and Jackson, I need you both to listen very carefully. Do not stop walking and do not look back. The person I mentioned earlier is following us. They're behind us right now. The last thing we want is to alarm them or set them off, so just keep your composure and keep walking. I mainly looked at Jackson when saying this because he's younger and might not fully understand how serious this was. Savannah understood
15,
completely.
you know what I'm saying? Savannah 15, so she's still on, she a little kid, but she getting into that mature, like she understand, like, oh yeah, but little Jackson, he think everything a game. This a little nigga that still think, you know, a little kid, bro. Nigga, you know, 11 years old, nigga still thinking everything a game, bro.
And might not fully understand how serious this was. Savannah understood completely. We kept walking and did occasional glances behind us. The person stayed the same distance away, but was still following. When we got to the car, they were still coming our way. That's when I decided to make a bold move. I pulled out my Glock and pointed it at the person. I asked why they're following us. The person raised their hands.
See?
As
Yeah.
if they didn't expect me to do that, then slowly removed their mask. It was a woman, and she looked to be in her 30s. She took her mask off, but didn't answer my question. She just stared at me blankly. I asked again, still pointing the gun, why are you following us? What she said next made no sense. In an almost robotic tone, she said, I'm an undercover cop. I was told there was a break-in, so I came to check it out. That's why I was standing outside that house.
Okay.
But when you looked at me funny, I assumed you were the one who did it.
Yeah.
So it would be wise to lower that weapon, or I could have you arrested for threatening an officer of the law.
Nah, show me a badge. I ain't never heard undercover cop. What? Bro, you sound stupid. I ain't finna talk with you, bro. I ain't finna talk with you. I ain't finna keep talking with you. What I'm finna do is finna pull off, finna scare off the lot. I ain't, bro. One thing, when it come to me, I would've, yeah, you pointing that thing at you, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't even finna keep talking with you. I'm finna scare off the lot. Right when I would've pointed at you, bro, I would've put it at dry. Right when you would've raised your hands up, you know, cause when I look at you, you stalling, gang. You know what I'm saying? You trying to make up a lie, trying to get me distracted, bro, and then pull out something and shoot me in my, I don't care if you're a woman, gang. You know what I'm saying? Or you trying to get me, you know, you probably with somebody else. You try to keep a conversation going so you can do something, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm thinking. I'm like, bro, pointed a gun at you, she ain't no threat. Put it on first, get the freak out of there, gang. She ain't no horn no more, she ain't no threat, so I ain't got to kill her, I ain't got to murder. Undercover cop, bro. Undercover cop, but you could have came up with a better lie than that. No doubt. For the cap.
It would be wise to lower that weapon, or I could have you arrested for threatening an officer of the law. I hesitated, but then lowered my gun. What else was I supposed to do? I didn't want to risk an arrest or ruin the kid's night, but her story didn't make any sense. She claimed she got word of a break-in, so why would she just stand outside facing away from the house? How did me looking at her funny make her think I was the one who did it? Why would I break into a house and then casually walk through the neighborhood? And why was she wearing a hooded cloak? All these questions were racing through my mind, so I asked her, if you're undercover, why are you in tactical gear? Wouldn't that kind of give away that you're law enforcement? And what's the point of the cloak? She didn't answer. She just stared at me again, but this time her expression changed. There was something malicious in her eyes, like she was irritated that I didn't believe her and was deciding what to do next. Jackson and Savannah stayed completely quiet through all of this. Then she smiled this creepy, unsettling smile.
Bro, you talking too much, bro. And you lowered your gun. Bro, you talking too much for me, gang. Woman has tactical gear on. So that's what you telling me, bro. You gotta hit her in the head. Say, I heard you say she got body armor, so she got a vest on, gang. So she protected, bro, from the body. She probably got tactical gear on. So you gotta hit headshots. So you got tactical gear on, gang. Why you still like talking with shot out? Started trying to slump something. You feel me? So it's like, why we still talking, gang? You talking too much to me, bro. Either scar up a lot, bro. Bust it.
Completely quiet through all of this.
Talking too much to me, bro.
She smiled this creepy,
I don't even know you better talk to you like that. I don't even want to talk to you in the first place. Feel me? Talking too much for me. I don't even trust you enough to be standing in this one position. Talking too much for me, bro.
Settling smile and said, if you didn't have that gun, this night would have ended a hell of a lot different for you. Right as she finished saying that, I noticed 4 figures suddenly emerge from between the houses, walking toward us.
See?
All of them were wearing tactical gear, but without the cloak. I instantly told Savannah and Jackson to get in the car, keeping my eyes on the woman and the figures. Once I saw they were in, I got into and drove off. As I was leaving, the woman was still standing there, smiling. The others, 3 men and 1 woman, were not smiling. They had blank, emotionless faces, like they didn't even have souls. It's hard to explain. The whole car ride back was silent. I'm sure the kids were in shock.
See how that gun saved them? See how that gun saved them? That's why I say everybody should get a gun. That gun saved them that night. So imagine if he had that gun. What would have happened? That's why I say everybody need a gun. Because they know I can take your life. I can take your life with 1 bullet. With my gun, I don't know about y'all gun, but I got a 40. What type of bullets I got? I got hollows. So that's a one-hitter quitter game. So I shoot you, bro, in the right spot. It ain't gotta be the right, but that hollow gonna tear you, bro. It's gonna tear your ligaments up, gang. I ain't gotta shoot you like in a. Bro, I just shoot you 1 good time, bro. You gon', bro. You know about hollows, you know, gang. You gonna drop. You feel me? I got a feeling he was one of them. They had a gun. You got a lot of people out here that got guns and don't use them. Just to scare people off. You got people that got guns just to scare people off. They won't use it. You know what I mean? Like this girl, bro, like we was at the movies. I'm not gonna say her name, bro. But she had a gun, and I asked her. She had a gun, gang. With no bullets. I asked her, I said, why you got a gun with no bullets in it? You just to scare people off. I'm like, that's the stupidest thing. That, in my mind, I'm like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Don't believe in killing. In my mind, I'm thinking like, and she a Christian too. I was like, you know, God gave David a sword, right? I can't stand when Christians think that God is just against like all killing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta understand, like, God used people for wars. We can go from David. David killed Goliath. That make him a murderer? No. You know what I'm saying? Joshua, like, there are a lot of people in the Bible that killed. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about killing, he's talking about innocent blood. I'm not saying like God even wiped out the planet Earth, erased humanity, flooded the earth, wiped in the rainbow in the sky, excuse me. He promised that he would never flood the earth again. God wiped away mother effers. Point blank period. Read about him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? All that you don't believe in killing. One thing about God has been down here with me. God understands me. You feel me? God understands human nature. What you mean God been down here with you, Jay? You got 3. The Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, and God. You know they're all the same people, right? You know Jesus is God, right? He was full human, but Jesus Christ is God in human form. You know that, right? The Holy Spirit is God. Everything is God. So him being down here, he understands human nature. He understand me. God understand, like I ain't out here just killing nobody. But God understand I got to protect my life now. God understand I got to protect the ones I want to. I love now. God is not only the God of love, he's the God of war. He understands every aspect of our life. So remember that. All you Christians out there, I'm a Christian too, but promise you come up on me, I'm a slang arm. Yeah, what you talking about? You try to come up with me, you try to hurt me, you try to hurt my loved ones, I'm going to slang on. And I ain't going to ask for forgiveness about it. I ain't going to repent about it. I'm not.
Just like I was. I dropped them off, made sure they got in safely, then went home to process everything that happened. The thing I couldn't shake off was why they targeted us.
Two little kids.
The neighborhood was full of people walking around, so why us? I wish I could say it ended there, but it didn't.
What?
A few days later, I got a text from an unknown number. It was just a photo, no words. The picture was of my car, taken in the parking lot of my apartment complex. I contacted the police and told them everything that happened on Halloween night. They took the report, but they couldn't investigate unless a direct threat was made.
Then they got your license plate, gang. Got your license plate, dang, bro. They got your license plate.
Typical.
Now they know where you live, bro. You gotta get the freak on. Now you gotta get the freak on, gang. Being watched, bro, by some demons.
Out of curiosity and maybe stupidity, I went back to that same house where I first saw that woman. I knocked on the door, and a man in his 40s answered. I asked if they'd experienced a break-in on Halloween night. He looked confused and said no. He said he went to bed early because he had work the next morning and didn't notice anything strange. I told him what I saw, and he had no idea what I was talking about. I thanked him for his time and left. At that point, I already knew the undercover cop story was fake, but I wanted to do my own little investigation just to make sense of it. Whoever that woman and those people were somehow knew my phone number and where I lived. It makes me wonder, was that not a random encounter after all? Were they watching me for a while? Were they planning something that night, and my being armed threw them off? All those thoughts messed me up and made me feel paranoid for a long time. I had to go to therapy and install a Ring camera at my front door just to feel safe again. In case you're wondering, I haven't been contacted by any unknown numbers since. Nothing else has happened since that picture. 2 years later, I still think back on that night. Writing this out helps me a lot, and I'm trying to fully move on from it. But if there's one thing I want people to take away from this, it's to always watch your surroundings. You never know who might be watching you. It's easy to get caught up in something dangerous just for existing, so always stay safe and protected. Because I can say with full confidence that being armed that night probably saved our lives.
So I be trying to tell y'all, bro. You gotta understand when you, it pisses me off when I see people. Because one thing about me, y'all, I am a heavy people watcher. I told y'all this. Heavy people watcher. Before, I want you to pick up these tips. And I always say this, be 10 steps ahead, bro. What I'm giving you, gang, listen, bro. I move like this. That's why I say it's impossible for me to die. They're looking at me like, what? It's impossible. It's impossible for me to be touchable. A lot of people love saying this, bro. A lot of people love saying, bro, nobody's untouchable. I am. Jay, what you mean by that? Bro, I move like I'm touchable. That's what makes me untouchable. I move like I'm a human being. I move like I can die. The only reason these people be touchable is because they move untouchable. Once you get a sense of awareness of who you are, knowing I can die, knowing I can get shot, knowing that I can't fight a bullet, you move different, gang. I move like a freaking ghost, bro. I don't go where I see a lot of people at. You think I'm finna go to a gas station and I see niggas posted up? Every place I go, I always check my surroundings before I go there. It's like a good place. I go here. I always look at reviews. I never just go anywhere. So the key to being untouchable is being, and I'm gonna say, me, y'all, 95% of the time by myself. I tell y'all this all the time. I genuinely only have, say, Quan and Keon. Quan and Keon, and I ain't gonna lie, we just got a weird friendship. We got a real relationship. If they watching this, they already know. Bro, me and Quan and Keon, bro, we ain't gotta see, a lot of y'all know Quan, a lot of y'all know Keon. Bro, I ain't gotta see my niggas, bro. Literally, it's just them two, literally. No, other people just be hooping and associates, and I don't see them. I don't hang out with them at all. But Quan and Keon like the main guys. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, I ain't gotta see Keon and Quan. I ain't see Keon and Quan in over 3 months. That's what I say, y'all. Really, 95% I be on myself. Bro, I see Quan and Keon, bro. It's like we've been seeing each other every day. I'm like, bro, that's the weirdest friendship I've ever had. But the realest. Like Key and Quan vouch. I don't see these niggas. Bro, I don't have to talk to these niggas for 4 months. And it's like we just pick up where we left off, bro. Like I just talked to this nigga yesterday. That's some real friendship right there, bro. But them two niggas is the only niggas, bro, I kick it with. Genuinely. You know what I'm saying? And they the same way. Like God pardon me with them niggas don't, bro. Them niggas don't be around everybody. You ain't gonna catch Quan and Keon. I ain't around niggas that's smart, bro. You ain't gonna catch Quan and Keon. You ain't gonna catch Keon and them outside. You ain't gonna catch Quan and them outside. You ain't gonna catch them niggas in everybody's face. We all move the same exact way. I probably move a little bit more militant. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Because I move different. I move a little bit more militant. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, this junk get serious, y'all. This junk gets, I'm going to show y'all, look. This junk get serious, man. This junk real dude get serious. You feel me? Like, I be 10 steps ahead on everything, and I showed y'all this, bro. I told y'all, I go everywhere with 2 wallets on me, bro. Jay, why do you go everywhere with 2 wallets? This is a true story. I go everywhere with 2 wallets on me. Just in case somebody try to rob me, bro, I give you a fake wallet, bro. Give you a fake wallet. What he gonna do? He gonna look through the wallet and I'm gonna pop him. Distracted, just like that. You gonna look through the wallet. I got $2 bills in here. Just so when you look through it, bro, you see cash, so you thinking you actually got me. I'm gonna pop him. You feel me? Straight like that. Fake cards, you know what I'm saying? I gotta give me some fake cards. Man. Got a fake card here. Y'all think I be capping? Got a fake card here. Just so it can be visible enough to look like a real wallet. You get distracted, I pop them. Carry two wallets around you, bro. Every time you go places. Don't never just get out your car all the time, bro. You watching people, bro. You being like watchful can save you from a lot of situations, man. I'm 23, but I'm trying to put y'all on game on the untouchable, how to be untouchable. No matter where you go, bro. Before you get out of that car, bro, every time before I get out of my car, bro, I stay in my car for at least 5 minutes observing the area. I just sit in my car, just watching people. My rearview mirrors, my back, and I just be watching people. Don't even know I be watching them. That's why I say the thing that pissed me off most about people is when they're unaware. Because I just be looking at people and you be so unaware. What if I was a crazy lunatic? What if I was a serial killer? I'd be all the way right here, right? Gotta get my wallet back, right? This is my real one. But I'll be all the way, say, I'll be right here, y'all, right? Say I'll be parked. I'll be right here. I'll be watching people all the way right here. Don't even know I'll be watching them. That's why I'm like, I be thinking like, dang, I'm like that? Just imagine who else like that. That's how I be thinking. I'm like that? Well, I'll be right here, and I'm watching somebody like right here, literally. If I'm like this, how many people you think like that? You think I'm the only one when I'm riding up in this grocery store? You think I'm the only one that does this? But I'm just people watching. But you got people that just be doing this just to see if I'm who the quickest lick? Who like a nigga that good enough to rob? Who look like this nigga? See, for me, I'm just watching people to see what people on. See if I ain't gonna be caught up in a mass shooting or, you know what I'm saying? I'm just watching people just to be watching people. Protect myself. But you got niggas that be in these parking lots, niggas be people watching just to rob a nigga. If a nigga see you walking around, that nigga ain't finna mess with you. You gotta show a nigga. Like, nigga, I move like somebody watching me all the time, cause best believe somebody watching you. Cause I be watching people. So I already know how it is. Every car. Probably on every car. But you be freaked out about me. Nigga, I be right here, bro. I look dead at your car, bro. You be all the way down there. Nigga like, what the freak nigga can see me? I'm one of them niggas like, nigga, you could be right here. But I be all the way down here. Getting out my car, I look dead at your car. They look at you just like this, just to check if a nigga in there watching me. Nigga ain't. I'm telling you, I know niggas be like, but that nigga right there, but we can't get that nigga right there. I mean, one time I was at a gas station. I don't like going to gas station at night, but I ain't gonna lie, I had a little sweet tooth. Went to the gas, that way at nighttime. My pops needed help with his tire or something, so, you know, he needed help. Just seeing this little one car, bro. I was just staring at the one car, bro, was just right there, but I just seen people in they, what's the name, right? Just seen, like, some boys in they car. You know what I did? Had my Glock on me. Got on the car, my pop was doing his tire, his tire was flat, so he was doing his tire. You feel me? But I just got right. It was just boys just sitting in the car, y'all. Not getting out of the car, another. They was sitting there for a minute, just looking. Sure, you know me. Sat by my car, just like this at him. No, and I got pipe on me. No, I'm just letting you know. I'm speaking when I speak. I'm letting you know, bro. Yep, I see you, bro. I ain't playing. Guess what them niggas did? Drove off. I swore my mom, niggas drove off. Knew them niggas was on something. Man, these niggas, man, sitting up, man, right here in the cut. You feel me? Ain't doing nothing but just staring at niggas. Man, these niggas plotting on niggas. But me being aware, bro. You know what I told them niggas? Yeah, I'm like that. I see you, gang. They talking in the car. Oh, yeah, that nigga like that. That nigga on. Yeah, we gotta go in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you just being watchful, bro. You being aware, bro, will save you, gang. Don't go out of this house, bro, just being unaware, bro. I don't never look at my phone when I be outside. Bro, don't be, when you outside, bro, don't be looking at your phone, gang. Even when you driving, bro, put the aux cord in, bro, and drive off. And drive, gang. I don't never, bro, be on my phone outside. I just be trying to get y'all a story. Y'all need to be lacking while it's cracking. It's cracking out here. You in a world full of wolves, bro. Be a sheep. Sheeps get ate out here. You in a world full of wolves. You see that? You see what that first story? Wolves. If he would have been a sheep that night, he would have got ate. You heard that woman said in the first story, but you having a gun saved you. We better understand what world you living in. Good. You talking about you good? You talking about you don't want to kill? You talking about I ain't trying to kill. Oh, you finna get ate out here. You gotta have you have more light than darkness, but you gotta have a little dark in you. You gotta have a little wolf in you now. If you just full of sheep, shh.
This happened
Tell
when
me
I
what
was
happened.
12 years
I want
old.
to see. Tell me how the Lord
It was
look.
Halloween day, and my family was staying at a small family resort about an hour away from where we lived.
Keeping it the bees.
My parents wanted to do something different that year instead of just walking around our neighborhood for trick-or-treating. The resort was holding a Halloween celebration that weekend with a bunch of activities, games, and even a haunted hayride. It wasn't a big place. It had maybe 10 cabins, a main lodge, a small lake, and a long open field where they set up hayrides and games. It was surrounded by woods on all sides. During the day, it looked normal, even kind of peaceful, but once it got dark, the woods looked black and creepy, and the resort felt a little too quiet. We checked in early that afternoon. I remember walking into the cabin and feeling excited because I could smell campfire smoke and candy apples in the air. Kids were running around in costumes even though it wasn't dark yet. My parents said the hayride was starting around 7 and there'd be games before that, so I went off to play while they unpacked. They had booths where you could toss rings over bottles for candy, a costume contest, and even a pumpkin carving area. Everything was decorated with orange lights and fake spider webs. I met another kid around my age there. His name was Ryan. He was wearing a skeleton costume and said he and his parents were staying in the next cabin over from ours. We played a few games together and got a good amount of candy. As it got closer to 7, we saw a crowd of families walking over to the hayride area. The tractor pulling the wagon was parked near a big barn, and they had hay bales lined up inside for people to sit on. There were maybe 20 of us who got on. The driver wore a scarecrow mask, and there were workers dressed like zombies who would jump out during the ride to scare people. The ride started out fun. It was dark by then, and they had torches lighting the dirt trail. The tractor moved slowly through the woods, and every now and then, someone in a costume would appear from behind a tree or run up to the wagon. Most people laughed or screamed and then laughed again. It felt like a normal Halloween attraction, but about halfway through, something made me uncomfortable. We were passing through a part of the trail that was darker than the rest. The tractor slowed down, and I looked toward the edge of the woods on my side. That's when I saw a man standing just outside the torchlight. He wasn't part of the hayride cast. I could tell that right away. He wasn't wearing a costume that fit the theme. From what I remember, he had a black jacket, jeans, and a baseball cap pulled low over his face. He was just standing there, not moving, with his hands in his pockets. At first, I thought maybe he was one of the workers taking a break, but he wasn't doing anything. He was only watching. At one point, I made eye contact with him, or at least I think I did. Even though his face was shadowed, I could feel his eyes locked on me. I turned to look at the people around me to see if anyone else noticed.
He turned around looking like this. You making eye contact? He turned around. Do anybody see this nigga? You know, he looking around trying to see if anybody else see it. But you see how unaware people is? They go back to me saying unaware. Everybody having a good time. You know, having a good time the whole time. You the only one aware on the wagon. Now, what if this nigga was a terrorist? What if this nigga was here to, you know, was a suicide bomber? What if he was one of those? Looking to kill Americans. You got everybody on the wagon. So unaware. But you the only aware one. So you probably say these niggas like, what type of sane nigga gonna be in the middle of the woods looking like that? So we know it ain't a worker now. What type of nigga like this? Look at this nigga. What type of normal nigga will be sitting in the woods? Look how dark it is. Look how dark it is out here. What type of normal nigga finna be sitting in the woods like this? Just staring at people.
One seemed to. When I looked back, he was still there in the exact same position. I tried to ignore it for the rest of the ride, but I kept thinking about him. When the hayride ended and everyone got off,
keep looking.
I looked back one more time toward the woods. He was gone. I didn't mention it to anyone right then.
Oh, why y'all never mention anything? You know, I don't understand all that not mentioning thing. I don't get it. Like, you know, like say if I was on the ride with Keon and Quan, right? I'm telling Key, bro, I just seen this crazy lunatic nigga in the woods, right? I'm finna tell Key and Quan, right? What the freak I seen you, nigga? You feel me? Just so they could be on the looks too. Cause they probably ain't see him. So I'm gonna let, hey bro, I just seen a crazy little, what's the name, bro, in the woods. I ain't gonna lie to you. And they know I only play about stuff like that. Bro, I just seen a crazy dude in the woods over there, bro. Real talk. This ain't one of the workers, swim. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I just seen a crazy. I'm talking about right there, just looking at you, going. I'm telling you, bro, for real. We gotta get up out of here, G, for real.
Yeah, I imagined it or overreacted.
Oh my God, yeah, you imagined it, you overreacted, right? Man, get the freak out of here, bro. You see what you seen?
Anyone right then. I figured maybe I imagined it or overreacted.
Oh, y'all be killing me.
We went back to the lodge where they had more games and food. My parents sat by a bonfire while Ryan and I went around collecting candy. Everything seemed normal again. About an hour later, I saw him again.
Bro.
Ryan and I were standing near the snack table when I noticed someone off to the side of the crowd. It was the same man. He wasn't close, maybe 30 feet away, but he was standing near the tree line, watching again. There were a lot of people around, so it felt strange that he'd just be standing there alone.
Saying nobody notices
I remember my stomach tightening when I realized he was looking in my direction. I tried to get a better look at his face, but it was hard because of the lighting. I could make out a short beard, and I think his hat had some kind of logo on it. I nudged Ryan and told him about the guy. Ryan looked over and said, maybe he's one of the workers. I said, he's not. He was in the woods during the hayride. Ryan shrugged and said, maybe he's a dad.
Oh my God. I can't hang around people like Ryan, boy. Can't hang around people like Ryan. Dang, boy. I mean, bro, if I'm tripping then. I'ma just trip. But all that little struggling stuff off, Ryan, bro, you pissing me off, gang. You unaware bastard. You unaware bastard. All that little struggling stuff off and all that, man, that pisses me off, Ryan. If I'm tripping, I'm tripping. Then that's why I say, if you got a gut feeling, bro, about somebody, bro, if you trip, I say this, y'all, and I look you down, y'all, I trip. I'd rather not trip and something happen to me than trip and some, and you know, I'm trying to say it. I'd rather not trip and something happen to me than trip and nothing happen. Live by that quote. I'd rather not trip and something happen to me than trip and nothing happening. Should at least pray. Look, it didn't happen, but hey, what if it did though? Howdy do, whoop dee do. What if it did? It ain't happened, but what if it did? You feel me? I know dang well if something happened, I'll be like, I wish I would have tripped. So, and just to go ahead and just catch myself just go ahead and save myself from I wish, I'm going to go ahead and trip then. I'm going to trip. I don't like the way this nigga looking at me at the woods, nigga. This nigga ain't no dad, nigga. Man, miss me with all that, Ryan. But Ryan, get out of my face. I want to walk away from Ryan. Man, Ryan, miss me with that BS, man. Freak out my face. You want to know, nigga, you a sheep. I'm a wolf, nigga. And I know a wolf when I see a wolf. Heck, you talking about? I mean, when I talk about the wolves and the sheep, I know a wolf when I see a wolf, and I know a sheep when I see a sheep, and Ryan, you's a sheep. And I'm a wolf. We can't pair together. I know a wolf, and I'm telling you, I'm looking at a wolf. He praying right now. He's praying. You feel me? So F all that, I'm tripping. I'm tripping and on. I'm tripping and on. What are you talking about?
I wanted to believe that, but he wasn't talking to anyone, just standing there. A few minutes later,
What type of food is this?
Again,
Turkey. You could tell some white people cook this. What this is?
Just standing.
Man, what the heck is this, man? Some white people Thanksgiving, man. Heck, is it that dry old turkey? What that is, man?
There. A few minutes later,
turkey.
When I looked back again, he was
dry
gone.
looking turkey, man. No potatoes out.
Around 9 o'clock, if I had to guess. Most of the little kids had gone back to their cabins.
It's Halloween.
The event was winding down, but Ryan and I still had energy. We decided to walk around the resort before going in.
And nigga say he still got energy after seeing that. So yeah, you're a sheep too as well. I don't know how you still got energy after seeing what that crazy nigga in the woods. He thought you got some energy, and then you walk around this resort. So you think I'm finna walk around resort? I just see that crazy nigga in the woods. Yeah, you're a sheep as well. You're not a wolf.
Trail behind the cabins that led into the woods.
Jack.
Ryan said we should go a little way in to...
Yeah, I'm gonna start thinking Ryan trying to set a nigga up or something. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I'm sorry for pausing, but look at this nigga, bro. I'm sorry for pausing, but look, bro, you just seen this crazy nigga. You talking about going deep in the wood. Bro, you stupid gang. Bro.
There's a trail behind the cabins that led into the woods. Ryan said we should go a little way in to do something scary for Halloween before the night ended. I didn't want to go too far, but we had flashlights, and I didn't want to look like a coward. So we walked down the dirt path together, laughing and daring each other to keep going. The farther we went, the quieter it got. The sounds from the resort faded until it was just the crunching of our shoes on the path. We only went maybe 200 feet in when we stopped near a clearing. There was an old wooden sign nailed to a tree that said private property. We started throwing small rocks at the sign and pretending to summon ghosts or something dumb like that. Then we both heard it. Footsteps. Heavy, slow footsteps coming from behind us, somewhere deeper on the path. We froze and turned around. Ryan whispered, probably another kid.
Bruh, Ryan, bro, you pissing me off, bro, for real, gang. I ain't gonna lie. I'll slap the taste out of Ryan's mouth, for real, gang. Probably another kid. Yeah, Ryan, I ain't gonna lie, I would've slapped the taste out of Ryan's mouth.
We froze and turned around. Ryan whispered, probably another kid. But it didn't sound like a kid. Whoever it was walked with weight, like an adult. I shined my flashlight down the path.
Shine it!
The light only went so far, and I couldn't see anyone yet. Then the footsteps stopped. For a few seconds, it was completely silent. Then a voice spoke. It said, "Hey there, boys." It was a man's voice. Calm, but somehow intimidating. Ryan looked at me, and I think he realized the same thing I did. It was the man from the hayride. He stepped into the light just enough for us to see part of him. Same black jacket and hat. "What are you two doing out here?" he asked. "You like candy?" Neither of us said anything. He pulled something out of his pocket and held it up. I could see the orange wrapper. It was a Reese's cup. "I got a bunch more of these in my cabin," he said. "Come on, I'll give you some."
Little freaking weirdo. Got a bunch more in my cabin. Come here, I'll give you something. Bro, nigga, do you take them niggas as a fool? I mean, Ryan probably be a fool. Yay, Reese's. Little weirdo, gang. This is a weird little, bro. This is a bro. Weirdo.
Ryan took a step back. I remember his face going pale. The man took a few steps closer and then said, "You don't have to be scared. It's Halloween. I'm just giving candy out.
Bro,
I saw you boys on the hayride earlier." When he said that, my stomach basically dropped. I grabbed Ryan's arm and whispered, "Run." We both turned and sprinted down the path toward the resort. I could hear him behind us for a second. His footsteps were pounding hard as he started to chase. I didn't dare look back. My heart was beating so hard it hurt. The path seemed longer than before. When we reached the edge of the woods, I could finally see the lights from the resort again. I yelled for help as we ran out of the trees and back toward the crowd near the bonfire. A few adults turned toward us, startled. We didn't stop until we got right up to the people. I turned around, expecting to see the man behind us, but he wasn't there. The path was empty. My parents came over right away, asking what happened. I told them everything about the man watching me on the hayride, seeing him near the trees, and then following us into the woods. Ryan confirmed it all. My dad and another man grabbed flashlights and went to check the path, but they didn't find anyone. A few workers searched too, but he was gone. The resort staff called the local police to report what happened. They arrived about 30 minutes later and took statements from me, Ryan, and our parents. They said they'd check the area and notify nearby cabins to keep an eye out. That night, my parents didn't let me out of their sight. We stayed in the cabin with the door locked. I couldn't fall asleep for hours. Every noise outside made me jump. The next morning, the police came back and told us they searched the property but didn't find anyone matching the description. No vehicles had been reported missing, and no one fitting that man's description had checked in. They thought maybe he was a trespasser from outside the resort. We left later that day. I remember staring out the car window as we drove past the woods, half expecting to see him standing there again. For weeks after that, I kept thinking I saw him, on the side of the road, outside stores, even once at my school parking lot, but it was always someone else. Or at least, I hope it was. Ryan and I kept in touch for a while. He told me he couldn't sleep for days after it happened. Nothing ever came of this. The police never called again. The man was never identified or caught. Now I'm older, and when I think about that night, what scares me isn't what he did, it's what he could have done. If we had believed him for even a second, if we had walked toward him instead of running, I don't think I'd be here to tell this story. And every Halloween since then, whenever I see someone standing alone at the edge of a crowd, I always think of that man. Sometimes people who look like they're part of the fun are watching for a different reason.
Well, you just said the most realest junk ever, I ain't gonna lie. I better listen to what the freak bro just said. No bap, word to cap.
My name is Roger, and this happened to me on Halloween night 3 years ago. I'm 29 and work a boring office job, but it's good pay.
It was good pay.
When this happened, I was getting stuck with the stuff. Beginner's time off, the shifts nobody wanted, etc. So when Halloween, my favorite holiday, rolled around, I was actually quite excited. It was never easy being the new guy at work, so I was wanting to enjoy a night of seeing kids be kids and chilling out at home watching movies. At the time, I was living alone in a small house on the outskirts of town with my girlfriend, but she was out of town with her parents. It wasn't isolated exactly. I had neighbors, but the street got really quiet once the trick-or-treating hours ended. The families in the area usually shut their lights off around 9 p.m. Since I didn't have kids, I just handed out candy until the crowd died down. On several past Halloweens, before I got my own place, I was quite used to the occasional ding-dong ditch prank. That's why there is a trick and treat here and there. That year, Halloween fell on a Saturday, and I remember it was chilly but clear out. By 10:30, I was lounging on my couch, half watching a horror movie while picking through a bowl of leftover candy. I hadn't seen anyone in about an hour, so when I heard a faint knock at my side door, I assumed it was stragglers. But when I opened the door, no one was there. Just the empty driveway and the faint rustling of leaves. I brushed it off. Kids play pranks all the time on Halloween. I headed back to my living room to finish watching The Conjuring 2. 15 minutes later, I heard the same sound again, only this time it was coming from the back door, the one that led to the small deck. That set off alarms in my head because nobody used that entrance. I froze in the living room, listening. The TV was off now, and I could hear it clearly. The metal rattle of the back doorknob being tested, slowly and cautiously. Whoever was trying my door was either checking if it was locked cautiously or believed it was unlocked and trying to be quiet. I crept into the kitchen, staying low, and that's when I saw him through the window. A man was crouched down near the door, wearing dark clothes and a cheap, cracked Halloween mask pushed up on top of his head. In his hand, he held a crowbar. He wasn't trying to hide. He was deliberate and calm, like he knew I was inside and didn't care. I backed away quietly and grabbed my phone, whispering to 911 what was happening. The operator told me to stay on the line, lock myself somewhere safe, and not to engage. I didn't want to make noise by slamming the doors upstairs, so I stayed crouched at the top of the steps, clutching a kitchen knife.
Just imagine you being that scared in your own house. One thing I'm doing, I'm shutting off all the lights. I know this house more than you. I'm in a familiar area. Why am I scared? I know cuts you don't know. I know pop-outs you don't know. I'm at an automatic advantage. Why am I scared? You're outside. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I don't know. I guess it's just different with people that's gun owners. You know, just for me, I'm not acting like I wouldn't be startled by the situation, but I'll be more calm. Like, I'm not calling no 911. Like 911. Say 991. It's like, you know, I'm tired, bro. The freak is freaking 8:09 a.m. What the freak? Like, I'm just insane. I'm insane sometimes. Sometimes I impress myself in the brain. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, I'm not calling no 911. That's my last resort. My number one thing is I'm going to kill you. That is the number one thing in my mind. That's replaying. I gotta get him before he get me. I gotta get him before he get me. I gotta get him before he get me. That's the only thing replaying in my mind, okay? Ain't no call 911 replaying in my mind. Ain't no run replaying in my mind. Another thing that's replaying in my mind. It's either him or me. It's either him or me. It's either him or me. So at this point, what do you think I'm thinking of? Survival. At this point, talking out the window, calling 911 out the window. This is all about survival. I can't depend on 911 to save me, bro. How long they gonna take to get here? 15 minutes? Dang, bro, already get in the house, bro. Knock my head with the crowbar, bro. Kill me. Dang, you still ain't here. Bro, done ran off. Nah, I'll handle this on my own. Then right after I do what I do to bro, then I call 911.
Bring updates. I peeked down and saw the man move away from the back door. That's when I heard the faint pop of a window screen being pried off. He was at the basement window now. I whispered to the dispatcher, he's at the basement. My voice was shaking. She told me officers were already on their way. Then came the worst moment. I heard glass crack. He was breaking the window. My blood ran cold, and it wasn't just a smash and grab. He knew I was there, and most burglars typically don't try to enter a home where they know someone's still inside. Minutes felt like hours. The dispatcher kept me talking quietly to make sure I was still okay. I heard footsteps crunching outside. The man was circling the house again. Then, headlights swept across the blinds. Relief flooded me as flashing red and blue lights pulled up in front. The man bolted. I watched him sprint across my yard, but he didn't get far. The officers tackled him just past my driveway. I didn't even realize I was shaking until I saw one of the cops leading him back in cuffs. That's when I saw what he'd been carrying. The crowbar, duct tape, and zip ties stuffed in his bag.
The freak?
This wasn't a burglar looking for valuables. This guy had a plan, and it was something far worse. The police told me he had a long record of breaking into homes, and that he was suspected in some other cases where people had gone missing.
Wow. He was suspected in some other cases where he gone missing.
Breaking into homes, and that he was suspected in some other cases where people had gone missing. To this day, I hate being home alone on Halloween. It's supposed to be about scares and fun, but whenever I hear footsteps or knocking outside at night, I can't help but remember everything about this night. The part that chills me the most is if the police had been just 5 minutes later, I might not be here to tell the story. The police later followed up weeks later. They told me what they found in his backpack. He had a Colt .45 handgun, several kitchen knives, and rope.
Dang. So he was strapped. So you was already in a losing battle right there. You know what I mean? So bro wasn't trying to hide. Bro wasn't. That's how you know bro was on time. And bro wasn't trying to hide. Bro wasn't trying to be quiet. Bro knew you was home and didn't give a F. So you could tell bro was on that type of time. So this is somebody that you just had to kill. You know what I'm saying? You just got to kill. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Anyways, man, it's your boy Jay, man. Take it easy. On your like bees, man. I'm boy out, man. Okay.